get on here sometimes, do some videos. I need to get some long lost footage on here as well, which I will do. So there's a few things I want to talk about. Obviously, just so you know, on defending Elvis, we have done another Tiger Man and a Globetrotting Tray video about the jet, because they've obviously got the jet till Friday. It's at the museum, the Tiger Man Dojo Museum. I really want to help these guys succeed with that museum as much as possible. I definitely support these guys. The amount of hard work they've put into creating the Tiger Man Dojo, recreating it as it was in the 70s. I know there was probably many other people involved in setting it all up, but Tiger Man really did, you know, and Dojo and Spa Guy, they really did put their heart and soul into it, didn't they, guys? They've committed thousands of hours, a lot of money. It was a massive, I would say, a massive challenge and undertaking. One of the most impressive things I've ever seen is recreating the 1970s Tiger Man Dojo. So, and just as impressive, Spa Guy, I wonder whose idea it was, managed to get Jimmy's World to bring, is it the Lockheed jet, Elvis's jet that was in the desert for decades. They've got proof that he purchased it, and Spa Guy does sort of say, he does sort of say that, you know, why would you buy a jet if you're not going to use it? So he's pretty convinced that it was used. I know there's some strong opinions in there. Some of you guys think he bought it but didn't use it. You know, you're all entitled to your opinions, of course you are. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's very obvious that Spa Guy 100% believes it was used. I get his understanding of it. So just the fact that he's managed to get it to the Tiger Man Dojo, which is only a mile away from Graceland. Obviously, it's Elvis week, so it's very close to Graceland. So pay him a visit, guys. If you're in that area, let's try and support the Tiger Man Dojo. You know, go and visit the jet. Have some fun, guys. You know, I keep saying this, but I'm so impressed that Tiger Man and Spa Guy and other people put so much time and effort and work into, you know, preserving Elvis's memory. That is what the Tiger Man Dojo is all about, isn't it? It's a living museum. One second. So I'm gonna get run over yet. There's amazing things there in the museum. A lot of things have just been sort of on loan to the museum, so we get to see these beautiful things that once belonged to Elvis. And it's not just Elvis, it's mainly Elvis. We get to stand in Elvis's footsteps where he did karate. He even taught it, didn't he? So anyway, we do that. We did a couple of videos on that this morning. We did a live and a video. I'm trying to do a mixture of lives and videos, but I always post my videos live so you can comment. One of the things that's been brought up recently that I do want to discuss is Evel Knievel and whether or not he met Elvis. I googled it. It says he did. He met him on a movie set, and he met him another time. But I've also had comments from you guys saying that he didn't. So I definitely want to do an Evel Knievel. If you walk up here a little bit, I definitely want to do an Evel Knievel. Did Evel Knievel meet Elvis Presley? Of course, me being 58, Evel Knievel played a big part of my childhood. I loved him. Thought he was amazing. I think I even had one of his little toys, you know, a little miniature Evel Knievel, and his little motorbike that could do little tricks. You know, and I keep saying this: Evel Knievel, Elvis, Muhammad Ali. These things had a massive influence on my life through the 70s, because it just, you know, for a young kid, you know, 10 years old, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, these are the things that got my attention. Obviously, Evel Knievel had a real way about him, and quite an interesting personality, didn't he? So let's try and find out, did they meet? Now, if you know if they met or not, put it in the comments. And the other thing I want to discuss is about Lisa Marie. So lately I've been getting some Lisa Marie comments saying some very unfair things to her about the fact that she was a rebellious teenager and that she had spending problems, that she made lots of mistakes with her marriages. Just some real diggy comments that You know, these people, they didn't live the life. I just think it's so unfair that even Elvis fans will trash Lisa Marie. You do get the Elvis fans that, oh, I only love Lisa. I mean, sorry, I only love Elvis and Gladys. You get that. It's over the top. It's over the top. I personally think Elvis fans should support Elvis's daughter, Lisa Marie, and her kids, Elvis's grandkids, Riley, Finley and Harper. Obviously, Riley's real name is Danielle. But come on, guys, if you're an Elvis fan, you've got to support Elvis's daughter and grandkids. You know, some of you Elvis fans, guys, no offense, but you can be a little bit cruel, yeah? Elvis fans can be the nicest people in the world or the worst. They go from one extreme to the other. Luckily, my team Elvis are 99% of the time are very kind to me. And so I do get the odd problems on my channel, which is pretty standard for a YouTube channel. But we must be kind to Lisa's memory. You know, bringing up the fact that she was a strong-minded girl, a rebellious girl, you know, a bit of a, is it delinquent? Is that the old-fashioned way of saying it? When she was a child, when she was a teenager. It was pretty normal, guys. Pretty normal to be naughty when you're a teenager. Many of you were once teenagers. Many of you were once children. Do you remember being naughty? We were all naughty. I was very naughty. As a kid, very naughty, but I also had a real nice side to me. I could also be very loving and caring, and Lisa Marie is exactly the same. Yeah, she was lovely and sweet and gentle and kind, but she could also be a bit of a tease. She would tease the gate girls, and she would tease the staff at Gracelands, etc. We all know the stories, don't we? We've heard them all. She clearly admits that she could be difficult. She's even admitted she had problems with, you know, drinking and stuff like that. Bit of, you know, come on, guys. She was no angel, but she also was lovely. Now, you go back and listen to the interviews of Lisa Marie. When she first came out, she was almost in hiding, wasn't she? Priscilla kept her very hidden from the world. But when Lisa Marie starts to come out to the world, you go back and find the old interviews on YouTube. They're all there. She's lovely and sweet and kind and gentle, and she answers the questions in such a lovely way, such a respectful, gentlemanly way. She answers questions in the way that Elvis would, yeah? So I really feel that some of the fans, the Elvis fans, try to throw Lisa Marie's life in her face. You know, they bring up Michael Jackson and Nicolas Cage and all that kind of stuff to almost to degrade and insult Lisa. I don't think it's fair. They bring up her spending, they bring up the different homes, you know, her moving to the UK. They bring up, they try and act, you know, they don't like the fact that sometimes Lisa was close to Priscilla. It's the truth. Now, we know that Priscilla and Lisa had, you know, loads of arguments. There's even, you know, it's alleged that they didn't speak for 8 years. I mean, I've never found proof that they didn't speak for 8 years, but I guarantee you they had periods where they fell out, I guarantee you. And I've always thought that part of the reason that Lisa moved to England was because of the falling outs with close family members, including her mum. Then you got the situation with Barry Siegel, her manager, who completely ripped her off and invested a load of her money into American Idol. And there's a possibility, alleged, for entertainment purposes, just an opinion, not a fact, that that Priscilla was involved with that. And Priscilla, over the years, has made quite a lot of money from running Gracelands, from being part of Elvis Presley Enterprises. So, you know, there's a lot of mixed stories, isn't there? But I really just think that poor Lisa Marie went through hell as a child. Her mum's unfaithful with the dance instructor when Lisa Marie is just a baby. I mean, I don't know if that affects you. She would have only been about 3 months old, but surely if your mum's being unfaithful when you're a baby, surely that has some kind of effect. You know, I don't know. I'm no expert, guys. But then she does it all again with Mike Stone when Lisa Marie's around 3 or 4. Well, that she would have definitely understood what was happening then, yeah? And then she's suddenly, abruptly taken away from Graceland and forced to live with Mike Stone, the karate champion. So come on, guys. Could you imagine how that affected her life, bearing in mind she was very, very, very close she was very, very, very close to her father, Elvis Presley, wasn't she? Come on, they adored each other, yeah? So, you know, people treat poor Lisa Marie like she's done something wrong, like everything that went wrong in her life is her fault, that she was not a nice person. It's just so unfair and so untrue, yeah? Could you imagine the effect that had when she was forced to live with Mike Stone, the karate champion, because her mother wanted to have a 1-year secret affair with him, bearing in mind Mike Stone's wife was pregnant and Mike Stone had a small daughter, you know, Frances Stone. Mike Stone was married. When Priscilla made a beeline and chatted him up, remember, Priscilla chatted him up, they were married. 2 marriages were broken up when Priscilla decided to make a beeline for Mike Stone, the karate champion, who they had met before. I mean, they weren't friends, but they had definitely met before. So could you imagine how humiliating it was for Elvis? But not just that. Suddenly Lisa Marie wakes up and finds herself in a complete stranger's home that Elvis probably paid for, yeah? Not living with her father, Elvis Presley. I mean, we know they had joint custody, fair enough. And I also accept that Elvis was also unfaithful. But whenever Elvis is unfaithful, I always say to myself, why was he unfaithful? What was going on? What was happening? What had upset him? What had made him look elsewhere? What had made him start, you know, because if she was having a 1-year-long affair, you know, well, for a start, that shows you that she had loads of freedom, because I've heard she was having karate lessons with Mike Stone 3 to 5 times a week, and it was 45-minute drive away each time. So she had plenty of freedom. You know, if you can have affairs, guys, you can have freedom. But I will accept Elvis was unfaithful as well. But I keep saying Elvis had his reasons. We have to, you know, people think, oh, Elvis was unfaithful just because he wanted to have sex with every woman that moved. It's not true, guys. It's not true. I don't think Elvis had sex with all the women that he was friends with. I just think things were happening in Elvis's life, and it made him look elsewhere. He wasn't happy. The marriage, it was a failed marriage. Let's face it, guys. Priscilla and Elvis should never have married. They were both, I would say they were both not ready to have a child. But, you know, we're glad they did, because we adore Lisa Marie. So the thing I'm trying to say on this live stream on Elvis Presley long lost footage, we're going to defend Lisa Marie. I'm going to start doing some live streams and some videos, and we're going to defend Lisa and try and explain to the world why Lisa had difficulties through her life, and how being married, you know, being Elvis's daughter was a struggle. Being Priscilla's child was a struggle. We do believe that Priscilla neglected Lisa Marie and would send her off to summer camp, put her into Scientology. Priscilla was very career-minded. She wanted to be a successful actress, model, in films, in business. You know, we know about Biss and Bo. So it does feel like Priscilla did put herself before her daughter. Honestly, guys, it does feel that way. And I don't want to sound too cruel, because Priscilla is a human being. So I'm sure there's a side to Priscilla that also loved her daughter. But the bottom line is, the fans feel like Priscilla was a very bad mother. Yeah. And it's in the book, isn't it? From Here to the Great Unknown. It's very clear in there that sometimes Lisa felt unloved, unwanted, but they also had times when they got on. So the person who was damaged the most was Lisa. No matter what we talk about when it comes to Priscilla and Elvis, the different relationships, the different girlfriends on both, you know, the unfaithfulness on both sides, a failed marriage on both sides, the biggest victim was poor Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie was the one affected the most by all of this, yeah? So don't forget, Elvis died in 1977, so the effect on poor Lisa Marie carried on till the day she died, yeah? Also, remember the alleged abuse of Michael Edwards, yeah? You imagine how that affected poor Lisa Marie. So when you've got Elvis fans who are trying to trash Lisa, please remember what she went through at the hands of Michael Edwards, allegedly, at the hands of Michael Edwards, the model, the guy on Terminator, Priscilla's boyfriend of 6 to 7 years. So we have to sort of be there for Lisa, guys. Remember, we're called Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. We also defend the bloodline, all of the bloodline. So Vernon and Gladys and Benjamin, Elvis and Lisa and Riley and Finley and Harper, we defend the bloodline from anyone that trashes them. We have to be much more understanding about what poor Lisa Marie went through. Okay guys, see you later.